Today we spent the day wandering around this location. It's the Herberton Historic Village, and somebody told us beforehand you could spend a whole day here, and honest to God, we've been here from about 11 o'clock and it's now 3 o'clock and we still haven't seen everything there is to see at this village. It's a very touristy sort of village, but it's got lots of original buildings and lots of original history from the area. It's just an amazing display village to wander around. Just a great setting, and old cars and old tractors, all sorts of things. The old school, brilliant mansion, the original mansion set up by what's his name, John Newell, who was one of the early settlers of the district and a member of Parliament, activist for Federation back in the late 1890s. This grand building you can see over here is the original home, Elderslie House. It was the home of Mr. Newell, the mining magnate who established Herberton. He was greatly involved in its growth and development. And he became an MP. And all around here, all these buildings, quite a substantial site. Along here we've got a whole, almost like street set up with all old shops recreated, but most of them are actually original buildings. You've got a photographer's shop up here, the blacksmith, the coach and livery stables, the bootmaker, where you walk into a room, have a look around, and you see an old camera that you used to own. They had a fantastic information and historical film that they put together, a video of the history of Herberton, first settlement, and the indigenous history of the place. This is the old publishing works. Printing presses and things have they there? Like the old printing press. Wharfdale Perfection Delivery Letterpress. Heidelberg Press. This has been our day, a rest day, wandering around. We've seen enough for now and we're going to head into town. Well, today we spent 2 nights here at the Wild River campground. It's a very nice camping area here. Got a very good setup with shelters, and you can see down there a nice table and chairs around a campfire, and it was raining when we got in, so we took this cabin. We're in, I don't know if you can see it, cabin number 5 down there. I've got the bike sitting outside it, and we spent 2 nights in a very comfortable cabin with all facilities. And now it's 18th of July and we're heading off, not just a very short hop, we're going to go down to Atherton and hopefully settle in down there. It's only about 20 kilometres. We'll go down the Great Northern Cycle Trail, which follows the rail line down past Carrington Falls. It's pretty, and we'll wind up down in Atherton, which is a big town, spend the rest of the day there. Next couple of days, 2 or 3 days after that, it's just making our way through to Cairns, where we're going to wind up finishing our tour, and we'll have a few days there. More about that later on. Departing Wild River Caravan Park, eh? What's up? Yeah, there's a bit of hill. We'll enjoy it. We've got a few hills to climb to start with. This one just ahead of us. It looks worse than it is, I think. We shall find out. There's the old Herberton rail line. A bit overgrown there. We're going to cross it again. We'll see what it's like when we get to it. We might have to go just a little bit beyond the next crossing, go up a side road. Not sure. This is the rail line, and there's a rideable track along, so not very wide, but we should be able to get through, I reckon. Follow this all the way through to the bottom of the hill. Bit of a change from the traffic. Don't know whether Margaret wants to do it. Get away from the traffic for sure, and even if it's slow, it's only 5 kilometres. We'll give it a go. See you soon. Bird life around. A few puddles here and there, some of which we don't know necessarily how deep they are. bit drier further down, we hope. If I can ride between the tracks, but at least there's no water here. That's a bit close. Look what we have here. All the warning signs and health bells. I can see the other end. I reckon we'll be alright through here. I think it's been built up out of concrete in layers. This rail line was built, it took about 24 years to build it. I think it opened at about 1905 or something. But the sad thing is they built it to connect Herberton to the coast, and by the time they actually opened the line, the tin mining at Herberton was in decline, and they no longer really needed the line for the mining anyway. It's too late for the mining boom. It did help access tin mines further out for a while, and it also helped give access to Herberton and other agricultural districts, cattle grazing and so on. Got to give credit to a guy on YouTube, Bello Obscura, who lives up this way, and he first made me aware of this little side route. Got a video of it, him riding up it, but he was riding up it on an unloaded bike on a day ride. It's a bit more challenge on the fully loaded bike, and it gets interesting through the cutting because there's a bit of water erosion happening, a bit of undergrowth down here. This is the sort of thing you get when they talk about rail beside the trail. Some parts of Australia. Oh, it'll work, rail beside the trail. Well, generally no. This one is right next to the trail, right next to the rail, but of course it goes through the cuttings and along the embankments. But when they talk about rail beside the trail, usually they mean a track away from the rail line that goes down into those gullies and up over the cutting embankment. Not enough room for a trail. We'll get through, but it sure ain't quick. And most people wouldn't even be going to try it. It looks like here there's been a little bit of a cutting landslide, so the track's not quite so rideable. We'll just have to walk through. The good thing about this track is it's going downhill, so for us it's just a gradual ride. Deep rut. We want to think about deep. Technical negotiation here. Tree down. And a very pleasant roll down along the side of the track. A few spots where it's a bit chunky. The odd boulder you have to dodge around a little bit. And a couple of watery gully erosion spots as I showed earlier on. Out here, out in the bush. Beautiful. Yeah, you can hear the highway just across the valley over there, off to the left. Somewhere over there is the highway, but we're just rolling down this gentle railway gradient incline of 2%, enough to roll along nicely. Love it. Oh, hello. How are you? Sorry? My wife's coming down up to it, but she's probably walking. Yeah. How are you? Yeah. Well, some of this gets a bit overgrown. Bit of a surprise. I didn't realise it was quite that grass. Grass growth, probably because of all this rain, I don't know. dry season. Usually think all the grass would dry off and die, but it's been really wet. Nice cuttings along here. Rough rock hewn cuttings. Not far to go now to the Carrington Falls. Knobbly rocky stuff. Nice riding. Relaxing, but you're not in a hurry. Oh, I can hear some noise and some water, running water coming up. I think we're getting close to these Carrington Falls. There's the waterfall coming down. Quite a bit of a drop. Right down there and down into the valley. It's a good view out there. There's a little, I suppose it was a ganger's shelter here alongside the trail just before the falls. Being built out of old railway tracks by the looks. Been here for a while, I guess, judging by the state of the roof. You could camp here if you had to. Be interesting. Camp the night here under shelter. Yeah, well, water back there. Plenty of water. I'll rummage around through the bush. It's nice riding. Rolling along on a bit of single track. Here we come to the end of the rail section. Here we're going to the sealed road. Rail crossing here, gully. Yeah.
We came with the idea that we might move up here.
Oh yeah.
And if we did, it'll be north of Tolga, which is 5 k's out outside that. And it's more blue up there and a lot less rain, but
Walkman,
yeah. Mareeba.
Go through that gully there, dude. It's the green grass down here.
Very nice.
There's a kookaburra up on the power line. We took a side road in, trying to find out if we could get to the Bat Hospital, but it's a bit further up. You need to have bookings, so we'll give that a miss. But I'll tell you what, there's some pretty impressive houses up this road, little side road. The main road and back, heading for our caravan park. We've just got a really short run today. We're just setting up camp now in Atherton at the NRMA Big 4 caravan park. We've got lovely facilities here. As you can see, Margaret's just inflating our sleeping mat with the special portable air pump. Saves on the huffing and puffing. We're right here in this lovely caravan park with palms all around us and a great camp kitchen which is just up there in that building. Looks like it's excellent, all covered over, so if it rains we've got good shelter. Wonderful. Well, we just came out of Atherton today and we discovered there's another bit of trail alongside the railway line that we missed yesterday. I just don't know where the connection to it was because When we got to the main road, it was all overgrown, but this bit of track here, it's alongside the rail line, same sort of thing. It's actually a much better surface than higher up. We rode along the main road, but we could have come along here instead. I mean, it would have been slower. The main road was a quick run. Just wasn't marked on any route details I saw. This is near Hasty Swamp. We rode out along that road about 2 weeks ago, up that hill. And just near here is where this trail runs. There's obviously some sort of work going on here to make it a rail trail. Atherton Herberton Rail Trail, AHHR and Tora joint venture. But I'll tell you what, with those rocks placed there like that, they certainly aren't making it very bicycle friendly.
I'm wiser now.
Just follow the rail line a bit more.
Used to toss me about. Wiser
Two tracks
now.
here. You take the high track right next to the rails, or the low track
Ride it out.
goes right through the rock.
Ride it out. Ride it out. Ride it out. Learn to sail the storm. Know and have
And then we come into the suburbia of Atherton. Fast run along this path. It's a single track. Very good surface. Fast rolling. Oh, here's the purple swamp hen. We're rolling out from this lovely caravan park, the NRMA Big 4 at Atherton. It's the camp kitchen up there. And we're just going to go at the back entrance to avoid going up the hill. We don't need to do. Shortcut. Had a good stay here. Lots of space here actually. Lots of camp. Highway can get kind of busy, hectic at times. This is the start of the mountain bike trails here, I think. Bit of a base for it. Information boards. Lots of rainforest in there. Quite dense. All the way up into the hills west of that. Now the big question. The rail trail or the highway? Yeah.
Ride it out. Ride it out. Ride it out. Ride it out.
Probably can't see it very well on this screen, but over there in the part amongst the pasture, the sunflowers are up. There's the odd stray sunflower head come up. We could be in France, following the Tour de France right now, but here we are in Atherton with the sunflowers. This is that Tolga scrub we went through, we camped next to. Coming into Tolga now. I think so. Sugarcane. Big distillery here. Banana growing and Eventide Mills Distillery. Car back. Back to the Walkerman Wind Farm. Straight ahead down this tipper. Much easier going toward Mareeba today. All a long gradual descent with a tailwind. running alongside an irrigation canal on the left there too. Looks like they're either mangoes or mandarins. Follow Google. Let's call this the George Woodhouse Memorial Park. Oh, I don't know, I reckon the memorialisation of George Woodhouse is a bit dubious. Nice by the river, but it sure ain't much of a park. Funny world here in Mareeba. When this is called parkland, you know you're in a strange world universe. Bit of hectic riding, lots of traffic on the Kennedy Highway. As you can see, not ideal, but it gets us to Kuranda. Sort of looks like it's right here. It's good. It says open on Wednesday. And Thursday probably, because it says open. And they do lunches and ice cream and all the good things. Check it out. It's right here. The Emerald Creek Ice Creamery. Nothing wrong with that. Looking good. Like the car graveyard. This will be the last downhill run into Kuranda. All day on the road, mostly pretty good, but you know, usual high-speed highway behaviour. Sometimes you get idiots, sometimes you get real idiots. Just on the edge of Kuranda here at the highway intersection, and there's a turn up to the road, to the town, but the road behind me goes up to the caravan park, and I took one look at it. It looks like Terry's Avenue in Belgrave. Horrific. We might look at other arrangements. Just coming on the side road into Kuranda. Welcome to Kuranda sign. Village in the rainforest. It's certainly a bit cooler here than it was over Mareeba. It's comfortably cool. Beautiful. Now you look all the way up the coast.